Whether you are starting a new organization or running an established one, there's going to come a time when you need to recruit new board members. Finding great board members is difficult. To reach them, it's not easy. It's going to take a lot of effort. In this lesson, I share with you some suggestions that will help you make the journey to recruiting new board members a little bit easier. I'm going to be talking about how to find great board members. We're going to go over ways to reach out to find great board members. Then we'll talk about the kind of people to seek. We'll talk about what to do when you spot the potential board member that you want. Ways to reach out to find great board members. I'm going to suggest that you use friends and relatives and people in their networks to be able to seek recommendations and find people that they know. I don't recommend that you use your friends and relatives a lot as board members, but reaching out to people in their networks is really something that is going to help you. I want you to leverage those in your circle of influence, which is them. Use them to be able to reach out to people and actually try to recruit the kind of board members that you need. But to do this effectively, something that you're going to need to do is that you will need to know the kind of person you're looking for so that you can give them a detailed description to be able to be on the lookout for you if they spot somebody that meets that criteria. You can't just say, I'm looking for board members. You have to know the needs of your organization and then determine what kind of person and be able to come up with a profile of the board member that you need. The second route is to look through a local church. Seek for recommendation from trusted people at the local church. You may often find that people within your local church are very gifted and have the skills that you might need within your organization if the church is large enough, depending on your local church. Even if they are not found there, they may know people that will be the kind of people that you want. Another thing is to use your social networks. They are very important. Use your social networks and seek recommendations. Websites like LinkedIn.com that list the profiles of professionals may be a helpful resource. You should also consider the local chamber of commerce and consider joining the local chamber of commerce if there's one near you, and building relationships with business people in the community by attending business functions and chamber events. This is crucial. Relationship building is very important in being able to succeed at leading anything. And the kind of people you want on your board is going to be people that have managerial or leadership skills in running an organization. And business people run their own businesses. Business leaders are an excellent group of people to tap. Yes, you can find Christians who are excellent business leaders to bring on your board that are passionate for God but also gifted in many different ways. You should also consider your donor base, okay? So consider some of your donors for board positions and ask them for recommendations for other people that might be good. Make sure that you have a good description again of the responsibilities of board members and then give them so they could not consider themselves if that's what you want, or reach out to people in the circles of influence to be able to find the kind of people that you need. Also, a good place to look at is to look at your dedicated active volunteers. Consider them and see if there are some in there that have the skills that your organization needs on the board. They have to have the skills. You're not rewarding somebody because they are working hard and they're very committed and loyal. That's not what the board is for. The board is for governance. If a person has skills that specifically fit a specific area or need that you have for governance within the organization and within the board, that's when you invite them. Okay. The next thing is you should ask your current board members for recommendations, for nominations. In fact, I recommend that you should have a person on the board or a committee on the board that handles search for new board members, and that should be an ongoing thing. Don't procrastinate. Don't wait until the last moment. That should be an ongoing thing, always searching for talent. And when you form this committee, it takes away some of the responsibility from just you alone as the founder or co-founder and put it on these people that you trust, whose job it is to, as they go through life be looking and seeking and reaching out through some of these avenues that we're talking about to be able to find the right board members that you need. Okay. I also encourage you to spread the word that you are recruiting board members through multiple channels like newsletters, word of mouth, and other media. Just shoot the word out and reach a lot of people that way. Just spread the word that you are looking for board members, and use any media that you have at your disposal or that you could connect yourself with. Okay. Don't limit the area that you look. Just go right in and try to reach out and find the people. But the key also is having a good job description. That is not just a general thing like the general responsibilities of board members, no, but one that is quite specific, having considered the needs of your organization. Okay, that's really important, to that you are hiring somebody with specific skills that you need. Okay. Another thing is that you should contact organizations like Taproot Foundation that is dedicated to helping nonprofits find the right resources. Especially this organization Taproot, they help nonprofits be able to connect with good board members. They help with other resources, but board members is a good area where they will be very helpful. And there are other organizations like that you should seek. You should also check out the United Way. They usually have chapters that help in these areas. Also volunteer centers that teach people how to be effective board members and then match them with nonprofits that need them. You want to be able to look for these kinds of opportunities and take advantage of them. Also, I encourage you to be able to think outside the box. There are always new ways coming up. You just need to look for them and be serious. And before you know it, you're finding kind of board members that you need that will help take your organization to the next level. Now, the second thing that I want us to look at is the kind of people to seek. What kind of people should you be looking for on your board members? What kind of people? Now, I'm not talking about the specific skills and competencies needed, because that determines on understanding the needs of your organization. I'm just trying to tell you the kind of people that would likely have those skills that you're going to be looking for, or at least that the pool, the people that should be in the pool that you consider are what I'm talking about here. So seek local CEOs, okay? Look at local CEOs. Read business journals in your community to hunt for CEOs and other leaders in the community. Some of them might actually have a personal or professional interest in your company's products, services, or the mission. So you want to look for mutually beneficial points of interest, something that ties this person with your area of interest, so that you could actually seek win-win relationships. Okay, look for business people in related fields. For example, if you are for example, are feeding homeless people, you might want to get connected with business people in the area of restaurant and grocery that own grocery stores, or restaurant managers and owners and stuff like that. And if you are doing homes for homeless people, you want to get connected with architects and people in that area, because you can connect with them. Their skills and their professions or their business type basically connects with what you're doing. You should look for people like that, okay? You should also look at recently retired people. This is a really fresh and good pool to look at. Recently retired is a key. Consider people who just retired and who have expertise in areas that your board needs to be able to accomplish its goals. That's important. For example, there are two former secretaries of state of the United States that are on Theranos, the company founded by Stanford University dropout Elizabeth Holmes. She's a young woman. She has two secretaries of state, but granted, her company is worth about 10 billion, and she's one of the youngest self-made billionaires right now. But she contacted these people, and as the company is growing, then the worth is increasing. So shoot for great people and look at retired people. They often have skills that you can use. Okay, local pastors and ministry leaders are also a place to look and consider. But I warn you to make sure these people have the time, and they have the skills needed to be an effective board member, that they have a specific skill that you want on your board. The reason I warn you about local ministry leaders is because they are extremely busy. Many of them are very busy. Local pastors are burnt out a lot. Many of them, they just don't have any time. They keep going, 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 and going. So you don't want a person on your board who doesn't have the time to be able to commit. So these people are people that you should look at, but unless you find one that really can commit the time and really put effort in it, don't just get them to fill seats, okay? You want people who can commit the time. Look at professors, scholars, and researchers who have skills and expertise that your organization needs. For example, business professors in MBA programs, experts in strategy development, and stuff like that can actually help your organization move forward. Also, a pool to consider is young professionals who have skills, again, that your organization need. One of the beautiful things about this group is that these young professionals don't have much experience, but they are hungry and looking for opportunities to serve and make a difference. So they'll often consider it an honor to have that you're having them serve on your board, okay? But don't have too many. I recommend just about 2 of them on your board. Just bring people that are experienced. 2 young people on your board is enough. Bring people that have experience, okay? If you want to grow an organization, you're not going to grow by filling it with your friends, people like you that are young and ignorant, just like I was. You're going to bring people in there that have a lot of experience, and bring in a couple of young people for them to guide and mentor and help grow, okay? That's something important. Also, local media people are a good source to look at because they'll help you provide opportunities and PR and help you get connected with other people that can cover your organization. So consider those. Now, after you have considered this, and there are many other groups, I'm just giving you ideas to be able to start, but there are several other groups depending on your nonprofit organization that you need to look at. So don't take this and say, oh, this is what I need. I'm just giving you something to start going and looking and expanding your horizons. Now, the next stage is, what do you do when you spot a potential board member? That's a very good question. What do you do? What do you do when you spot a potential board member? Well, when you spot a potential board member, don't put a ring on their finger the first time you see them. You have to date and get to know them first, okay? Experts advise that once you have identified a potential candidate, approach them about becoming a board member for your organization. Remember, at this stage, you are not offering them a position on the board, but seeking to get to know them so both of you can consider the possibility, okay? This is dating time. It's not marriage time. So don't rush, okay? A communications expert at LegalZoom, Haley Boswick, said something about this that I think is worth talking about here. She says, explain what your company does and why you think he or she might be interested in becoming a board member. Invite potential board members to visit your office to see firsthand how your company or your organization operates. Your goal is to get them excited about your company so that they will want to be involved. Once you have identified them, approach them and court them. Okay, this is dating and courtship. Get to know them better on both a business and personal level. Invite him or her to lunch or for drinks after hours. As you get to know the person better, keep in mind that board members are a reflection of your company. You don't want someone whose business or life philosophy conflicts yours. You also want to make sure they have the skills your business needs to help it grow. When you are confident you have found the right board member for the job, make an offer. In most cases, he or she will say yes. Soon, you will have assembled a board of directors. I agree with you. I agree completely, Hele, that you should court and take it slowly. It's dating. It's not putting the ring and saying marriage. The first meeting, the first time you see them, is getting to know them to see, are you a fit? Is this going to be the right candidate? As with any relationship, I want you to take this slowly. Take this slowly. Do not rush anything and get to know the person. It may take a little while, but get to know the person first. And the key is to find out, is this person a good fit? It doesn't help you nor him to rush this process and bring together two people that are not a good fit. It will waste their time. It will make them not have the joy of serving in an organization. It will also waste your time. It might ruin your board. The dynamics within your organization might be impacted negatively because you're bringing in the wrong person. Bringing in the right people is key to having an effective board of directors. So be careful, date, and don't rush.